A girl is shocked by something. A man stares blankly in a room at his desk. He overhears that he has weak talent and decides he won't accept his fate. He stares intensely at the talent evaluation board, resolve hardening in his eyes. The competition between geniuses begins as many enter a chaotic battle. The battle begins as everyone is teleported to the arena. The cruelty of battle begins as a monstrous wolf exhales, ready to kill. He remembers a fleeting moment of holding someone's hand, and the loneliness in the seeking of truth. He prepares to fight a monstrous dragon and other beasts. The war has begun. He reaches out, the stolen power surging as the other character looks up. But using the power is taking its toll, he screams out in pain. He screams in agony as the stolen power manifests around him as pure energy. The other character is struck by lightning. He jolts awake in his bed thinking he's finally awakening his own talent, but doubts creep in. 100 years ago, spatial rifts appeared above Earth. He stares blankly out the window. 100 years ago, dimensional beasts invaded Earth and threatened humanity's existence. A monstrous figure looms over the city, its energy causing fiery destruction. Dimensional energy didn't just bring monsters, it also awakened abilities in some humans. He remembers manipulating the stolen energy. He reached out and transferred it into another person. A knock on the door, his brother asks if he has awakened his talent. He stares at a dimensional stone in his hand, glowing with strange energy. Above him, it's declared a weak-tier talent. He thinks that he's screwed if he can't become a martial warrior. He wonders how he's going to protect his sister with his weak talent. "Brother," a voice calls out. His sister bursts into the room full of energy. "How'd it go?" she asks, eager to hear about his awakening. He replies it was excellent, even though he's worried about protecting his sister. His sister excitedly asks, "Really?" He reassures her, vowing to become a powerful martial warrior. He smiles faintly, trying to hide his worries. His sister cheers, "Hooray, my big bro's the best." His sister is excited about his awakening, running to the kitchen to prepare the meal. His sister Yi calls him from the doorway, asking what he's waiting for. He sees a status window, human Yi, cultivation talent low tier, frost talent low tier. This. Another status window appears showing human Yitian, cultivation talent weak tier. Yitian's eyes widen, seeing another status window appear. He watches as his sister grabs his hand in celebration. His sister pulls him along, shouting for him to hurry, the food is getting cold. Another status window pops up. He glances up to see his sister's reaction. He sees her status window and notices her talents are copyable. "I can copy talents." Yi Tian realizes he can copy talents. "That means my situation isn't hopeless anymore." Yi Tian, surprised, simply thanks her as she proudly presents his favorite braised pork dish for the celebration. He thinks copying talents is miraculous, but he cannot test it on his sister. He recalls that her base talent is better than his and that her frost talent is extremely rare. He looks down sadly. A voice booms saying, "If you guys are watching this." The scene then fades into his parents' photo. He starts walking down the street, lost in thought about his talent copying ability. He steals his resolve thinking, "All right, let's test this thing out." He needs to confirm his ability. Energy pulses outward from him. He needs to find someone to test his theory. Yi Tian realizes he needs to find someone with a decent talent to copy. He realizes copying talents might change his own. He wouldn't be able to enter any academies. "I have an idea." Yi Tian arrives at Linhai Base 5th Academy. He thinks this is a great place to find mid-tier talents. Yi Tian smirks resolute. "With the copy talent I awakened, I'll become strong." The instructor yells at the students, "Ignore these pieces of trash, make an air vortex." Yi Tian is frustrated. "My talent is too low." The instructor continues scolding the students. "Follow Chen Dong's example, don't be idlers." Students gossip about Chen Dong. "Who's Chen Dong? He became a martial apprentice in half a month. The principal even took him as his disciple." A student gets Chen Dong's signature, recognizing its potential worth. Once he's strong as the principal, this autograph will be worth months of living expenses. Chen Dong arrives, greeting the crowd. Students swarm him asking for autographs. The crowd begs Chen Dong for more autographs. Yi Tian watches him with glowing red eyes, so he's the Chen Dong. Chen Dong thanks the crowd. A status window appears revealing his mid-tier talent. Let's go say hello. Chen Dong raises his voice to calm the crowd. All right, everyone chill out. Chen Dong shakes hands with students, wishing them luck. He motivates the students, hoping to inspire them to pursue the path of a martial warrior. The mysterious figure smiles slyly, with menacing red eyes, and awaits his turn. The mysterious figure smiles, his red eyes glowing. I got it. A status window appears. Mid-tier cultivation talent has been successfully copied. Would you like to fuse? The mysterious figure experiences a surge of energy after stealing the talent. He is launched into the air, overwhelmed. He then dismisses it. Hey, whatever, who cares? A system prompt appears asking to fuse the talent. The mysterious figure grunts in concentration. The mysterious figure screams in agony, clutching his chest. He can't control the immense power surging within him as he forcibly integrates the stolen talent. Lightning crackles as the mysterious figure collapses in a dark cave, gasping for air. A status window appears. Despite the pain, a status window appears identifying him as Yi Tian with mid-tier talent. Changing my talent, being reborn. Yi Tian sees a system message displaying copy talent cooldown 30 days. This ability is absolutely incredible. Yi Tian pants, recognizing the power he now wields. This is incredible. Yi Tian feels the difference with his new talent. The technique is easier. He throws away his old ambitions. Forget about being a martial warrior. 1 month later, Yi Tian looks over the city from a rooftop. He smiles, red eyes glowing with malice. A monstrous wolf howls at the moon, a beast born from his transformation. The wolf howls at the moon, the terrifying form of Yi Tian's transformation. Yi Tian resolves to become a martial warrior. Although I'm now a martial apprentice, he wants to eat sauerkraut fish. Yi Tian heads home, illuminated by the dim lantern light. Alrighty, no problem. Yi Tian's transformation is complete though monstrous. His body shifts and changes. He stumbles through the streets in his new form. A monstrous wolf attacks people in the street as Yi Tian's transformation takes hold. A young girl screams, "Daddy!" Yi Tian's monstrous wolf form stands above fallen victims. Yi Tian's eyes glow red with power. The surge of energy is overwhelming him. The mysterious man slashes the air, creating powerful gusts of wind behind him. The mysterious man's strike cuts a deep chasm in the road. He's fast. The mysterious man transforms into a monstrous wolf with glowing red eyes. The mysterious wolfman turns his head, grinning menacingly. For coming late, he notices the people he saved. Yi Tian yells, "You are." Everyone calls me Captain Gale Wolf. Leave the Silver Moon Wolf to me. Someone answers, all right. The Silver Moon Wolf roars with rage. Come at me, you bastard. Captain Gale Wolf leaps toward the Silver Moon Wolf at incredible speed. The ground cracks. Gale Wolf soars to attack. Yi Tian covers Yu's eyes, don't look. Gale Wolf recognizes the Silver Moon Wolf's power. It's pretty strong. He clashes with it. Captain Gale Wolf is impressed by the Silver Moon Wolf's speed. Its speed is not to be underestimated. Gale Wolf's allies appear, but don't forget that I have teammates, they yell from above. Captain Gale Wolf unleashes a powerful attack. The Silver Moon Wolf prepares to counter the attack. A monstrous wolf maw opens below. The monstrous wolf maw from below is Gale Wolf's attack. He lunges to bite. Allies shout "Captain" from a distance. The Silver Moon Wolf roars as he hears, good timing. The teammates' blades cut through the air, aiming to pierce the Silver Moon Wolf. The swordsmen fly through the sky ready to strike. One asks, has it died? The Silver Moon Wolf is enraged by the incoming attack. It howls loudly. The Silver Moon Wolf is enraged and entering bloodburst mode. Everyone is warned. One of the sword-wielding allies asks if the attack landed. Gale Wolf responds, I'm fine. The Silver Moon Wolf dodges the attack. Yi Tian grits his teeth, it's gonna get away. The Silver Moon Wolf dodges the attack. The ally responds, don't worry, I'll get it. Gale Wolf smirks, it ain't going anywhere. the Silver Moon Wolf howls, "I've been waiting for you." An archer teammate fires an arrow infused with energy at the Silver Moon Wolf. The archer's arrow pierces the sky, traveling at incredible speed toward its target. The energy-infused arrow flies through the air. A pink aura surrounds the Silver Moon Wolf. It's ready. The Silver Moon Wolf yells, "You're still too weak to fight against us." He is confident in his strength. One of Gale Wolf's teammates brags. Suddenly, red eyes appear reading monster talents. The monster squad defeats the speedy wolf-like beasts. "Let's go get a drink," one of them says, but someone shouts, "Look out." Someone yells to back off. The supposedly dead wolf-like creature twitches. The seemingly defeated wolf-like monster bursts into action, terrifying the remaining squad members. A swordsman with a crimson cape steps in, telling the squad to leave the wolf monster to him. He shouts at a figure in the background to leave. As the swordsman stands against the beast, Yi Tian is seen walking with Yi Yu. Far away, a mysterious figure with glowing eyes thinks this is the perfect time. The swordsman launches a powerful attack. Energy crackles as his fist collides. Above, a notification. The monster's talent has been successfully copied. The swordsman is sent flying backwards, the force of the wolf monster's power immense. The wolf monster, now empowered, prepares to strike. Below, the mysterious figure's eyes glow menacingly. Above, another notification appears. The monster's talent has been copied. Another notification chimes. Another talent has been copied. The swordsman's glowing red eyes show his grimace. Another notification appears. The monster's talent has been successfully copied. A bloody fist clenches. The swordsman shouts enough. While restraining the wolf monster, he states the beast is already dead. Another notification rings. The talent copying has been successful. The swordsman is bloody. A man yells to clean the area, ordering the corpses to be taken away, including the Silver Moon Wolf. He tells someone to protect the girl. The swordsman tells the hero he hopes to see him in his squad. Roger. Bloody and smiling, the swordsman seems to be enjoying the thrill of the fight. Yi Tian washes the blood off his face, worried about Yi Yu's reaction. He hopes his sister won't worry too much about his injuries. Yi Tian breathes a sigh of relief, the smoke rising from his body. He looks up at Yi Yu. Yi Tian is now back home. He opens the door, perhaps to finally relax and see his sister. Yi Tian steps inside. He notices Yi Yu waiting in the kitchen with a smile. Yi Tian watches over Yi Yu as she sleeps soundly in her bed. He is very happy to see his sister sleeping. Yi Yu mumbles "big bro" in her sleep. Yi Tian thinks he's seen a monster for the first time today. A speech bubble appears, own eyes. The table is filled with food. The narration states the monsters faced are more terrifying than those in stories. Yi Tian covers Yi Yu with a blanket. Yi Tian looks at his sleeping sister with a determined gaze. "To protect my little sister." Yi Tian sits on his bed. He wonders if monster talents can be fused into a human. A status window pops up. Yi Tian eats a dimensional stone, his eyes glowing red. He begins to fuse. His bones feel like they are breaking. "My leg," Gale Wolf collapses in excruciating pain. Gale Wolf screams in agony as his transformation continues. Bones crack and shift, silhouette growing larger, almost monstrous. The power surging through him is immense and painful. Gale Wolf's mind races through the pain. It's broken. Did the transformation fail, or is he being manipulated? An ominous red glow emanates from his eye. Talent copying. Fail. Yi Tian wakes up abruptly in his room. What was that nightmare? He looks around, confused. What happened? He sees his feet. An unsettling sensation washes over him. My feet. Yi Tian tests his legs, feeling lighter than before. Whoa, my body feels so light. A status window pops up. The talent copying was successful. Yi Tian now has new talents. A powerful force erupts as a monstrous transformation consumes Gale Wolf's consciousness. Yi Tian is sent flying back by a mysterious force. "What's going on?" he shouts. A leg flies through the air surrounded by red energy. Yi Tian exclaims, "Ha!" in disbelief, looking surprised. The red energy pulses wildly around the forest. Is Gale Wolf now a threat to Yi Tian? Gale Wolf, now monstrous, stands over Yi Tian with sinister eyes full of bloodlust. A single leaf floats down towards Yi Tian's outstretched hand, pulsing with red light. With a maniacal grin, Gale Wolf declares, "The swiftness of a silver moon wolf is awesome." Gale Wolf speeds through the forest, now faster than ever before. Meanwhile, Yi Tian breathes heavily, trying to understand what is happening. Gale Wolf speaks, "My speed now should be comparable to that of a martial warrior," as Yi Tian's name is called. Gale Wolf, his face contorted with bloodlust, shouts Yi Tian's name from the forest. Zhang Bao finds Yi Tian in the forest, surprised he's not at the academy. He excitedly guesses Yi Tian has reached the martial apprentice stage. Yi Tian simply replies, "Yep." The man asks if Yi Tian wants to get stronger and if he has a way. Gale Wolf states he drank monster blood. He wonders if the blood is causing these effects. The man tells Yi Tian he knows a way to acquire monster blood. The Linhai base is opening a new wild zone. An announcement rings out, the prize for the upcoming exam is monster blood. Someone asks about the level of the wild zone. The man suggests they team up to acquire monster blood. Yi Tian hesitates. "Join your squad." Confused, Zhang Bao confronts Yi Tian, asking what his hesitant reply means. He thought they were friends. Yi Tian promises to join their squad next time but runs away. His friends are hurt. A deafening silence falls as Gale Wolf's terrifying transformation echoes through the forest. The suited man says, "I see," before telling someone who is afraid to die to live. The suited man smiles, his eyes glow red as he looks towards the students. He scoffs, saying the students will regret their actions regarding the exam he made. A sinister grin spreads across his face. Yi Yu gently calls out, "Bro, time to wake up." She's up early, probably to make sure Yi Tian isn't late for whatever awaits him after the exam. Yi Yu is surprised to see breakfast made by her brother. She spots a note that says, "The school has an event, I'll be back in 3 days." She worries about his safety. Yi Yu looks worried. The scene shifts to a desolate city with a crow perched on a street lamp. Amidst ruined buildings, Yi Tian walks through a deserted street, clad in an orange jumpsuit. Yi Tian arrives at the 5th Academy. His companion remarks on the crowd. "There's quite a lot of people here." Another states they're from the 5 major academies. A student questions why they are at the 5th Academy. Other students look down on those from the Garbage Academy. The suited man announces that students can hunt beasts and other humans during the event. The week should feel blessed. The suited man grins, showing his teeth. A student points out Mosheabe, a genius from the 1st Academy. A student yells at Yi Tian, demanding to know who he is and why his sword is out at the 1st Academy's camp. The student shouts at Mosheabe, challenging him to a fight. The student clenches his teeth in anger. Blue energy seems to emanate from Mosheabe's direction. Yi Tian is confused as someone cheers him on despite Mosheabe's presence. A voice booms, "No fighting outside the wild zone." Mosheabe swings his peculiar blade, radiating immense pressure. He declares his intent to beat Yi Tian senseless in the wild zone. The voice calls Yi Tian while a sinister smile spreads across Mosheabe's face. "Haha, what an undisciplined mutt." The announcement declares, "Yi Tian of the 5th Academy." Yi Tian smirks, his eyes glowing faintly red. A status window appears, revealing her name, Li Yunxing. She's deemed an insurgent, her sword talent is mid-tier. Someone notes Li Yunxing has decent sword talent and urges Yi Tian to surpass Mosheabe. Yi Tian's expression darkens, a sinister smile creeping across his face. So, it begins. A hand reaches out as Li Yunxing gives words of encouragement. "Good luck to you as well, you better come out alive." Yi Tian responds, "Will do." Yi Tian shakes Li Yunxing's hand. He's successfully copied her sword talent. The exam officially begins. The announcement rings out, declaring the beginning of the Wild Zone exam. Yi Tian and others enter the 1st Academy's territory. Students leap into the Wild Zone, ready to face the dangers within the 1st Academy's territory. Mosheabe smirks, entering the Wild Zone, eager to crush Yi Tian. Someone shouts that the Wild Zone exam has started. Students enter warily. Li Yunxing bids farewell, saying she has to go back to her team. Yi Tian's eyes glow with power. Yi Tian speeds through the Wild Zone, his red cloak billowing behind him. Yi Tian's speed intensifies, leaving trails of light as he navigates the forest. The Wild Zone stretches before him. A system window pops up asking to fuse the mid-tier sword talent. Yi Tian says yes. Yi Tian grits his teeth, enduring the pain of the talent fusion. I must become stronger. Yi Tian's body glows with intense energy, pushing him to his limits. He must become stronger. The blue glow fades as Yi Tian grits his teeth and steels his resolve. He focuses on controlling his new power. With sword in hand, Mo Xiaobai leaps into the Wild Zone, a dark aura surrounding him. The forest explodes around Mo Xiaobai, his attack obliterating the surrounding trees. With the fusion complete, Yi Tian's stats are revealed. He now has mid-tier sword and cultivation talent. An announcement declares that the top 4 academies have entered. Next up. The announcement booms. The 5th Academy, please enter. 5th Academy students make their entrance. The gigantic dimensional beast is attacked from above and below by swords. The gigantic dimensional beast roars as it is struck by more sword attacks. Yi Tian watches intently. The student defeats the snake-like beast with ease. +1 point, he thinks. The student inspects the dimensional stone from the monster's corpse. The student adjusts his tie, clearly unbothered. Whatever, I'll just go hunt some more beasts first, he thinks, ignoring the cries of help. Suddenly, Yi Tian notices something is amiss. A figure stomps down as others cry out for it to stay away. The figure appears and others recognize him. He raises his weapon, sweating, clearly afraid to die before marriage. The stomping figure yells that this is not good. His eyes glow red as he prepares to strike with a claw. The transformed figure strikes the ground with incredible force, causing a shockwave. The earth cracks and shatters from the sheer power of his attack. A figure is sent flying after the shockwave. What? Chen Dong exclaims in shock. The dark-haired figure watches the chaos unfold. He says, "Do you mind me getting all the points for them?" The man yells to Yi Tian to run, warning of fanged wolves. Gale Wolf screams as he activates his new speed talent. The ground glows with power. Yi Tian stares up, his eyes glowing. Gale Wolf, now a monster, looms above him. Gale Wolf is surrounded by a blue energy, the symbol of stolen sword talent. The stolen sword talent overwhelms Gale Wolf as purple energy surrounds his eye. An onlooker exclaims, "He's so strong." The instructor warns them about pseudo-beasts in the Wild Zone, emphasizing caution. Yi Tian wonders what it is. Pseudo-beasts are stronger than fierce beasts. The man grins menacingly, red glinting in his eyes. He demands to know the direction of the pseudo-beast. It's worth 500 points. He points towards the southeast with urgency. Destruction blankets the area with an ominous pink energy. The sinister man leaps forward, surrounded by pink energy. 500 points, first place in the exam is mine. An instructor shouts, "Be careful, Yi Tian," as pink energy surges nearby. Yi Tian's eyes widen, seeing the pink energy surge towards him. Yi Tian sees the corpses of students wearing First Academy uniforms. An explosion erupts in the city, signaling a dangerous situation. The sinister man spots the pseudo-beast's location. Destruction is widespread as buildings crumble under immense force from the pseudo-beast. Yi Tian peers from behind cover, spotting the colossal pseudo-beast. So that's a pseudo-beast. Another student shouts, "Advance, we must slaughter this bastard," charging towards the pseudo-beast. Amidst the destruction, Mo Xiaobai confidently declares, "The 500 points will definitely belong to me." Another student yells, "It's running out of stamina, perfect timing to defeat it." The colossal pseudo-beast roars, its terrifying presence shaking the earth around it. Gale Wolf grins, revealing his wild eyes as he swings his stolen sword. Gale Wolf stands atop the colossal pseudo-beast, declaring, "Got him." Yi Tian's expression shifts. Yi Tian is sent flying by the pseudo-beast's attack, causing a massive explosion. He crashes amidst the rubble, coughing up dust. Zhang Bao grins, "The 500 points are mine now." The dust settles and a character exclaims in disbelief, "It died." Yi Tian clenches his fist on the ground, realizing, "I was too late." A voice booms, "Congratulations on scoring 500 points, young master." Zhang Bao smiles, eager to claim his reward. Zhang Bao's sinister smile grows wider. "The first place of the exam now belongs to me, as it should be." The pseudo-beasts remain smolder nearby. A monstrous being towers, radiating overwhelming power as the ground beneath cracks. A terrifying presence descends. Suddenly, vibrant energy erupts from the pseudo-beast. Someone yells, "It hasn't died yet." A character yells, "Blood burst." Power radiates from the pseudo-beast's remains. The monstrous energy intensifies, shaking the ravaged city. "That's not a pseudo-monster, it's a full-fledged monster," someone exclaims. "A monster, should we chase after it?" The other First Academy students sprint towards the monster, intent on securing their prize. A voice cuts through the chaos, claiming, "Sorry about this, guys, but I'm faster." Galewolf prepares to unleash the full power of his newly acquired speed talent. The monster's power surges as he yells, "Unleash." A new energy explodes. A destructive beam raises through the city, leaving a trail of destruction. The city crumbles as debris flies. Galewolf crashes down amidst the destruction. The monster lands, unleashing a trail of destruction. A voice thinks, "Those First Academy bastards aren't here yet, nice." Yitian observes a strange, ethereal energy trail on the ground. He wonders, is it hiding in there? The monster could be nearby. The figure watches the destruction, a sinister smile forming. "Looks like those 1,000 points are mine." Someone is drinking something ominous, and Yitian suspects it's not water. Gripping his sword tightly, the man declares, "I'll worry about that after 1,000 points." He smirks, sword gleaming. A powerful blow crashes through the ground. Dust explodes as the sword descends. The force splits the ground around the incoming attack. A monstrous horned figure descends, its eyes glowing with a sinister red. Witnessing the monster's speed, someone exclaims, "It's fast," as another figure is sent flying by the beast's power. The impact sends someone flying, but a hand grips a sword hilt. The monster roars, its massive jaws agape, ready to devour the falling figure. The monster's teeth grind, ready to tear flesh. An archer runs while strange circular weapons fly in the distance. With a powerful swing, Li Yunxing's sword descends, aiming to pierce the monster's tough hide. Li Yunxing manages to stab into the monster's flesh, but the beast roars in defiance and attacks. The monster's thick hide is pierced by the blade. Gripping his sword tighter, Li Yunxing screams in rage as his attack proves ineffective against the beast. The massive monster's attack rains down with brutal force and purple energy. Purple energy bursts around the monster as the sword's impact is still felt. The red-eyed man, bathed in purple energy, falls with his sword towards the beast. He exhales, relieved. "Monsters are strong, I could not have killed it if Mo Sheabe's group hadn't worn it down first," he says with glowing red eyes. Galewolf asks what that liquid is. Someone replies, "It's probably treasure." Someone says to first collect things first and worry about it later. An ornate bottle appears. With a final strike, the monster falls silent, its body glowing with purple energy. Its eyeball will serve as the kill proof. Someone yells that the monster's heart blood is extremely valuable, as it spills onto the ground. Someone remarks that the amount of heart blood collected is pretty good. Another figure approaches from a distance. With a smirk, he admits, "I have no clue as to what it might be." Determined, he declares he won't allow Mosheabe to lay claim to the loot. He smirks, certain his current points will place him at the top. With the monster defeated, he gathers the spoils of battle into his bag. With a sinister glint in his eyes, Galewolf declares, "It's time to get out of here." Someone yells about the corpse. He asks what they should do next, addressing the young master. Enraged, someone demands, "Who dared to steal the 1,000-point trophy from me?" The young master roars in anger, his fangs bared in fury at the loss. Galewolf descends, his power crackling as he targets the pseudo-beast. Galewolf prepares his next move, energy crackling around him. They will find out eventually, he thinks, plotting his next action to avoid being caught. Yitian hides in a ruined building, a good spot for cultivating power. He needs to improve strength before the exam ends. Yitian wonders if drinking the monster's blood will make him stronger. He chugs it down but finds the taste revolting. Yi Tian finishes the vial of monster blood. A small price to protect my sister, he thinks. Yi Yu sits in her classroom worried about her brother. Brother, are you all right? She wonders aloud. Yi Tian feels his cultivation speed increase drastically from the monster blood, almost 4 times faster. Yi Tian stares into his bag full of potions and elixirs. I'll cultivate with everything I have. The exam proctors announce point totals. Bao Lei has 23 points, Zhang He has 10, and Zhu Hai is at 0. Yi Tian's bag lands with a thud. A first academy student requests his points be calculated. Li Yunxing's total is announced, 195. A student is amazed by the high score. The red-clad student scoffs at the awe, noting Li Yunxing's score is only 195. Another retorts, I overestimated you. A red-clad student drops a bag full of monster parts. Mo Xiaobai, calculate these for me. Mo Xiaobai earns a total of 427 points, inciting envy and suspicion from peers. Another student curses at Mo Xiaobai's high score, believing first place required 1,000 points. How did he score so high? The purple-haired examiner smirks. That means Mo Xiaobai will take first place. The proctor looks down with a sly smirk. Suddenly someone shouts in surprise, there's one more. Confusion erupts as the proctor sees an impossibly high score. Mo Xiaobai lands with a thud, his landing trailed by smoke. A sinister silhouette emerges, a menacing red eye hinting at untold power. The leader realizes Yi Tian is from 5th Academy, ordering a background check. A student questions the teacher's gloom, unaware of the looming danger. He has offended the Mo family. An announcement booms, declaring the practical exam is over, congratulating the top 3. The armored figure accuses him of stealing something. You must have got some guts to dare steal something that belonged to me, you brat. The figure mocks Yi Tian, saying he stole points with his own skill. So between him and me, who's stronger? Galewolf grins, eager to prove his strength by fighting. Footsteps approach ominously as another says, I'll gladly fulfill your request. A strange energy swirls around them, red and blue. Tension fills the air. Galewolf smirks, finding this turn of events intriguing. His rival resolves to become strong enough to deter any challenges. Back in the city, Yi Tian triumphantly declares, Yi Yu, I'm back. Yi Tian quickly enters his home. Big bro, Yi Yu jumps to hug him, so happy he's back. Yi Yu, with a worried face, asks, what took you so long, where did you go? Yi Tian presents his gifts to Yi Yu, who exclaims over the extravagant items. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of money. Yi Yu eyes a potion, confused she asks, what's this? Yi Tian shrugs, showing her the book of treasures. Yi Yu wants to see it too. Yi Tian realizes the item he found was a terracore elixir. That viper must have used this. Yi Yu tries to give the potion to Yi Tian, believing it will improve his talents. He refuses, nah, I don't need it anymore. Yi Tian grins manically, deciding to force the potion on his sister. Instead, I will make you stronger, drink it, Yi Yu. Yi Yu is excited to sell the elixir. Yi Tian thinks there might be a terramordial stone as well. Yi Tian thinks they won't believe he doesn't have the terramordial stone. He figures they'll just want to kill him for it. The man questions why she destroyed it, calling it a shame. Someone picks up the terracore elixir, warning her to drink it. The man says it would be a shame not to use it. He forcefully tells her to open her mouth. Yi Yu screams, saying her brother is trying to kill her. How does it taste? He asks. Yi Yu's eyes widen as she feels a warm sensation from the elixir. She is confused. Yi Tian is confused that Yi Yu's talent has not changed. He decides to wait a bit longer for the effects. The clock shows it's almost noon. Strange energy is flowing in the room. Yi Tian senses powerful waves of talent aura. He wonders if it worked. Yi Yu floats in what looks like a talent awakening space of some kind. Yi Tian sees Yi Yu's cultivation talent has become mid-tier. It increased by 2 tiers. Yi Tian picks up the broken shards and thinks Yi Yu will be strong. Far away, the mysterious figure is holding a red orb. Bring it on, Mo Xiaobai, they say. The mysterious figure declares, I will never lose to you, under the moonlight. The scene shifts to a building. Someone is on the ground bleeding, seemingly dead. Yi Tian grimaces, saying the blood tastes worse than before. He'll eat peanuts to mask the taste. Yi Tian is astonished. The mid-tier monster blood's boost is terrifying. The mysterious figure looks at the two remaining Terracore elixir bottles. It's a pity. 10 days later, Yi Tian is deep within the 5th Academy's woods. He's got a bird perched on his head. What will he do now? Panicked, the mysterious figure wonders what to do. Mo Xiaobei, they shout, seemingly worried about him. Someone notices Yi Tian in the woods, fearing he will break through. Someone yells, asking why the other man is sitting down. He thought he came to challenge him. The man believes it'll take a month for him to become a martial warrior. Powerful, compare what, you've already finished 3 bottles of monster blood. He replies, I did use them up already. I'll be sure to collect your corpse and take care of your sister. He thinks it's only 1 step away, but he still won't break through. The Mo estate is shown under a cloudy sky with many birds flying. The machine is destroyed. Lightning surges from the broken machine, asterisk rustling. A surge of energy erupts as someone celebrates, congratulating a young master reaching the warrior realm. They proclaim, long live. Yi Tian clenches his fists, realizing the mysterious man is reaching warrior realm. Mo Xiaobei's father appears, celebrating his son's success in secluded training. He now has become a full-fledged warrior. Mo Xiaobei's father pats his shoulder, praising his success, but Xiaobei stays humble. His father laughs heartily, telling his son Mo Xiaobei to stand tall. Mo En then orders someone to check if the food and drinks are ready for the celebration. Mo En then announces he will personally oversee the preparation. Mo Xiaobei thanks his father for the thought. Mo En suddenly asks if his subordinate finished the task he entrusted before seclusion. Mo En learns the person who stole the talent is weak and has no background. Mo En has decided to eliminate the weak talent thief. His eyes narrowed as he issued a silent order, kill him. His subordinate hesitates, saying killing someone from the base is troublesome. Mo En replies to not use the Mo family name. Mo En instructs his subordinate to hire a shadow assassin to eliminate Yi Tian. Mo En questions if Yi Tian is worth the cost of a shadow assassin. The subordinate reveals the true purpose of the 5th Academy, shocking the audience with its dark secret. The assassin emerges from the shadows, ready to carry out his dark mission. Inside the forest surrounding the 5th Academy, the assassin makes his move, blade flashing. The shadow assassin prepares his strike, hidden by the forest's embrace. His blade hums. Pink lightning crackles as the assassin approaches his target. He is about to strike Yi Tian. With pink lightning dissipating, the assassin adjusts his suit, casually stating, looks like it's about to rain. The assassin walks through the rain in Linhai base. He continues to hunt Yi Tian. The assassin halts. As he stands in the rain, he hears something. The assassin stops dead in his tracks, tilting his head slightly. The assassin pauses, looking up at the sky. He sees power lines, but they are not what alarmed him. A ding sound is heard. A status window appears, showing Li Kun and his low-tier talents. But a pair of red eyes glares intensely. The shadow assassin has not finished his mission yet. The assassin strikes with blinding speed. Yi Tian is nowhere to be seen. What will he do? Yi Tian's voice echoes as the assassin falls through the roof. Who are you? Emerging from the shadows, the assassin announces, the one who will be taking your life. The blade drips, reflecting the streetlights. Yi Tian's pursuer closes in. Galewolf is enraged, his body radiating an ominous green aura, readying to fight Mo Xiaobei. Galewolf's green aura clashes against Mo Xiaobei's electric blue, the air crackling. Galewolf fades, a spectral green, dodging Mo Xiaobei's electric attacks. Mo Xiaobei is getting frustrated as Galewolf disappears again. Galewolf materializes, shrouded in green energy, as Mo Xiaobei thinks about his shadow talent. Mo Xiaobei's eyes glow red as he prepares to unleash a powerful lightning attack on Galewolf. A green blade of energy slashes across the battlefield, destroying the city. Galewolf grits his teeth, enraged at the speed of Mo Xiaobei, a mere martial apprentice. It's my turn to attack now. Mo Xiaobei is knocked back by an unseen force, tumbling through the air. Galewolf appears, his form distorted by power, a maniacal grin on his face. Moshe Abe is surrounded by electric energy, but Gale Wolf has disappeared once again. Moshe Abe prepares to strike, thinking Gale Wolf's attacks are useless against his lightning armor. A beam of pure energy blasts down, as Gale Wolf and Moshe Abe clash once more. Moshe Abe's attack is interrupted as he coughs up blood and gets sent flying into a building. Moshe Abe, bloodied and battered, asks Gale Wolf how he's so powerful. Moshe Abe, battered and bruised, demands to know who sent Gale Wolf to attack him. HMPH, I'll tell you. Gale Wolf, consumed by rage, continues his taunt. I'll tell you when you're on your last breath. The shadow blade cuts through the air with incredible speed, heading straight for Gale Wolf. The force of the blade cleaves through the rain, leaving a visible trail. Gale Wolf floats above the city as he prepares to strike the injured Moshe Abe. I'll ask you again. Gale Wolf laughs, calling Moshe Abe the strongest martial apprentice he's ever fought. Gale Wolf stands over a defeated foe. A voice booms out, it's Moshe Abe. Gale Wolf looks over the city as someone yells out, it's Moshe Abe. Moshe Abe's eyes glow red, a menacing look. Gale Wolf stands, an eerie glow around his hand as he prepares to attack. Above, the words "Shadow Talent Copying Successful" appear as Gale Wolf falls to the ground. Gale Wolf stands tall with a sinister smirk, a green aura surrounds him. The screen declares that Yi Tian now has Shadow Talent, taken from Moshe Abe. Gale Wolf's power crackles as red eyes burn bright in the downpour above. He clenches his fist, the rain pouring down on him in the dark forest. I will be the rain and wind. Yi Tian looks up, the rain washing over his face, lost in thought. The rain outside mirrors the shower inside. Yi Tian washes away the grime and exhaustion, hoping to also wash away the darkness in his mind. Emerging refreshed, Yi Tian pulls on a clean shirt, the weight of responsibility settling on his shoulders. Yi Tian relaxes on the couch after a long day. This is everything Li Kun owned. He looks up at the red blade, mystified that the cards are untouched. My blade was ruined. He puts the cards away with a sinister smirk. He discovers Shadow Blade skill book. Yi Tian is elated with his discovery. Blade skills will make me stronger. Excited, Yi Tian declares, I'll learn it and try it out right away. Lightning flashes outside as he begins to study the Shadow Blade skill book, Chapter 1. Yi Tian clutches his head, memories flooding back. No, wait, why isn't Yi Yu back yet? A figure falls, his body limp amidst the rain. Below, an assassin strikes with dark energy. Yi Tian's resolve hardens, he will save his sister. Please be safe, Yi Yu. The assassin's dark energy erupts in the middle school. A sinister plot unfolds as he prepares to strike an innocent target. He looks up, shouting internally, Yi Yu, where are you? As the scene changes, it's a regular middle school despite the danger. He contemplates the assassin's motives, but will someone like Moshe Abe follow any rules at all? The assassin lies defeated, his dark energy dissipating as the killer flees. The assassin coldly commands, you don't move. Then the boy pleads, bro, it's me. Yi Tian is shocked, he recognizes her, Yi Yu. She defends her tardiness as Yi Tian stands perplexed, drenched by the sudden downpour. Yi Tian demands an explanation as he opens an umbrella, confused and worried. Why are you without an umbrella or shoes? Up above, the assassin is shocked as he sees his target alive. Why is that bastard still alive? Rain pours as he senses eyes on him. We're being followed, he thinks, the city's sounds muted by the downpour. Despite his anxiety, his sister calls him for dinner. Hey, bro, dinner's ready. Yi Yu calls out, me set the table. He replies with a soft tone, coming. Yi Yu is at school, the teacher calls on her to solve a problem. Confidently, she replies that she will. Yi Tian stands on the roof, his hood up as he surveys the city. He observes the city, his thoughts hardening. It's been 3 days in a row. Someone spots Yi Tian leaving, he's leaving. They wonder with intensity. The city blurs below him as he descends. Activating his powers, the mysterious figure vows, I've got to follow him. The mysterious figure uses his powers to propel himself through the city at high speed. He needs to catch Yi Tian. The figure arrives at the construction site and asks himself, this is the place, Moshe Abe. Moshe Abe's eyes glow red as he struggles with the monster before him. The man is brutally attacked and spits out blood. Why, young Master Mosheabe, I don't have any money. The man grovels covered in blood. He promises to pay, begging for his life. A suited man sits above, a palpable aura of power around him. The man below begs for his life. A voice booms in the room, inquiring about the shadow assassin's report. The man upstairs grumbles about failing to reach the shadow assassin. He decides to try contacting him another way. The man thinks about those who target him. It is easy to scam, he shouts, angered by the thought. The suited man's boot descends. The begging man is brutally stomped on. An underling reports about the shadow assassin's death. Upstairs, Mo-en thinks about Yi Tian's sister plotting her demise. Get rid of it. Mo-en had planned to hire his friend for the job. He thinks to himself, I will personally take care of this matter. You needn't worry, young master. Young Master Mosheabe attacks his subordinate with an electric blue strike. Young Master, why? The man smirks sadistically, blood covering his hands. That's the punishment for not doing your job correctly. A red blade appears, a chilling gust of power. Yi Tian summons his weapon, surrounded by a green aura. A figure appears from the shadows. His face obscured, he readies himself. Up above, eyes watch as Yi Tian gets ready to fight with his blade. Yi Tian is engulfed by his green aura, determined to protect what's important. Two ethereal swords materialize, swirling with green energy around Yi Tian. Above, the shadow assassin bleeds and grins, surrounded by dark energy. Below, the assassins flee, wondering how Yi Tian has shadow talent. The shadow assassin is shocked and questions how Yi Tian killed his target. The shadow assassin screams for Li Kun, seeing his comrade's demise. With emerald flames engulfing him, Yi Tian summons another red blade. The power swirls around him, crackling with potential. The assassin falls, crashing towards the earth. A red blade awaits him below. Enveloped in red energy, the assassin screams, "You can't kill me." The emerald and crimson blades dissipate as Yi Tian stands victorious. The remaining assassin watches his comrade fall, fear etched on his face. Yi Tian wipes the blood off of the crimson blade. Below him, the assassin throws his card in frustration. A bloody contract lies abandoned. Two energy swords fade, their power spent. The remaining assassin watches from the shadows. A bloodied assassin looks down with hatred, swearing to make Yi Tian pay. The remaining assassin looks around, shouting, "Who was it?" in disbelief. A furious man looms, his face contorted with rage. "Who killed my son?" A henchman reports to the 10th elder, showing the contract abandoned at the scene. Above, a henchman states that the killer seems to be a shadow assassin. Below, the 10th elder questions their actions in hiring one. The henchmen call out for Elder Mo after the shadow assassin's demise. The henchman cries out to the Grand Elder Mo, chanting that his son is dead. A henchman reports our Mo family has been killed. A stern voice replies, "I can see that, stand up and speak." The henchman reports that Mo Sheabe reached the martial warrior realm at the banquet. He could have led the family. The Grand Elder Mo Chanking declares Mo Sheabe's death is too much to bear. Mo-en, the Grand Elder, is devastated. "My son's death cannot be in vain." A henchman begs, "Please, Grand Elder, avenge Sheabe." Grand Elder Mo Chanking looms above. Grand Elder Mo Chanking clenches his fist, realizing a shadow assassin was responsible. "It must be the families that bear grudges with us." A figure raises a bloody contract, realizing the Mo family hired the shadow assassin. The Grand Elder Mo Chanking mutters, "The Iron Fang," recognizing a mercenary group. Will he go after them? The Grand Elder Mo Chanking observes the abandoned, bloodied contract in grim silence. The figure wonders if he accidentally uncovered the Iron Fang schemes. The next day at 4 a.m., Yi Tian wakes up and stretches in his room. Yi Tian, shirtless, changes his clothes and prepares for the day. He carefully wraps bandages around his hands. He finishes tying his shoelaces, a voice echoes, "Big bro." Yi Yu asks him where he's going so early, sounding a little tired herself. "So, I woke you up after all, huh?" Yi Tian plans to train in the wild zone to become stronger quickly. Yi Yu is worried about him. Yi Yu is concerned and asks if he could stay or go with friends. Yi Tian reassures her that everything will be all right, telling her to wait at home. Yi Tian is suddenly hugged from behind by Yi Yu. She says his name. Yi Tian nods silently, a resolute expression hardening his face. He's determined to protect her. As they embrace, Yi Yu affirms her trust, for sure, before they part ways. Yi Tian arrives at the wild zone's outer area. He knows that high-level monsters roam here. Surveying the area, he notes it's filled with weak monsters. This time, it's my turn to become a martial warrior. A mysterious hooded figure with red eyes watches. He wonders what's going on with the tremor and smiles evilly. He stops abruptly, eyes glowing as he shouts, "No, it's a monster." Yi Tian sees its status, noting that the monster is an armored ox. He is interested in the defense talent. Yi Tian wonders if the monster has noticed him. It's an armored ox ready to charge. With a determined gaze, Yi Tian faces the armored ox. "Bring it on then," he shouts, ready for battle. The armored ox swings its massive arm, lightning crackling around its body. Yi Tian summons a radiant sword, crackling with lightning energy. He's ready to fight. The armored ox prepares to stomp down on Yi Tian. He leaps up to avoid the massive attack. The armored ox crashes down, but Yi Tian dodges. A red aura emanates from someone in the background. The armored ox's defense is impressive. Yi Tian is surprised by the monster's strength and screams. The earth erupts, pulverized by the armored ox's destructive force. Dust and rock fly everywhere as it continues its assault. Yi Tian lands, dust and rocks flying around him. The armored ox towers over. A colossal armored ox with glowing red eyes comes crashing down towards Yi Tian. Yi Tian thinks a low-tier defense talent as the ox comes closer. Above, the Terracore elixir remains unguarded as Yi Tian summons his sword, declaring, "I'll make it mine." He sprints forward, red lightning crackling around him as he pushes his Copped Novisteer speed talent to its limits. The desert landscape blurs past him. A voice booms, stating the most fragile part of a living being is. Its roar echoes, shaking the earth. Yi Tian leaps towards the beast, sword drawn, red lightning crackling. A voice echoes in their eyes as Yi Tian faces the furious armored ox. Yi Tian is blasted back, landing hard, legs splayed. Two summoned swords stick into the ground beside him. Frustration mounts as Yi Tian grits his teeth. I can't break through it. The shield's power is immense. Yi Tian realizes a low-tier defense is this tough. He summons another pair of red glowing swords, ready to try again. The armored ox slams its massive hoof down. The ground trembles violently. The armored ox glows brighter. Yi Tian is determined to survive this. Yi Tian grits his teeth, a thin stream of blood trickling down his face. The armored ox lands, kicking up dust. Yi Tian is sent flying again. The armored ox's energy explodes. The landscape is blasted away around the protected beast. Yi Tian thinks about its low-tier defense talent, clearly frustrated, but jumps up, ready for the next attack. Yi Tian is frustrated because his talent copying is on a 16-day cooldown. Yi Tian thinks it's huge, but if he hits its weak spot, victory. A voice declares shadow talent activate as green energy pulses intensely. Yi Tian activates his shadow talent, hoping this new power will give him an edge. The power of shadow talent explodes. Dust and debris fly through the air. The shadow energy explodes upwards. His summoned sword flies with it towards the armored ox. Will this new form be strong enough to break through its defense? Yi Tian thinks, sure enough, this shadow talent is convenient, it's undetectable. He realizes blade talent is useless against the armored ox's defense. Where's the weakness? Yi Tian thinks, how troublesome, there's no gap in that defense talent at all. Suddenly Yi Tian notices something. The defense shield is so thin, he thinks with a glint in his eye. Yi Tian grins, realizing where to strike. Could its butt be its Achilles heel? Let me give it a try. The Shadow Blade skill makes the summoned sword fly towards the armored ox's behind. A shadow kill is executed. The armored ox's energy is disrupted by Yi Tian. The red sword flies, empowered by the shadow talent, towards its unsuspecting target. The armored ox crashes down, unaware of the incoming shadow blade. It's doomed. The armored ox collapses. At the bottom of the panel, Yi Tian exclaims, looks like my guess was right. Yi Tian smirks, thinking about his victory, The armored ox is defeated. Yi Tian stands over the armored ox, planning to loot every valuable part of it, but the horns are the most valuable. With a final heave-ho, Yi Tian shoulders the heavy pack containing the armored ox horns. Yi Tian, carrying the armored ox horns, thinks, let's find a quiet place to cultivate. Yi Tian gathers his spoils, several vials of monster blood and a bag of snacks from his sister. I'll be relying on you to reach the warrior realm. Yi Tian begins to cultivate, surrounded by a vortex of dimensional energy. Time to use these. 20 days later, Yi Tian sits exhausted with empty vials, having absorbed their energy. Yi Tian suddenly convulses and cries out a long, echoing howl. What is happening? Blue lightning crackles around Yi Tian, distorted visions flash through his mind. A massive surge of energy erupts from Yi Tian's location, catching the attention of distant figures. My lady, look. Two women sense Yi Tian's breakthrough, commenting on the surprising event. An observer comments about the massive eruption of power from Yi Tian. Yi Tian stands, crackling with blue energy, realizing his breakthrough. This is the martial warrior realm. Remembering the armored ox, Yi Tian thinks, the cooldown is over, now to copy its defense talent. Yi Tian channels energy to his eyes. A golden glow surrounds his vision. Yi Tian touches a broken horn and a status window pops up. There was a limitation like this. Yi Tian eyes the armored ox carcass, regretting his overkill. Elsewhere, an observer wonders if he killed the beast. An observer remarks about Yi Tian's breakthrough, but doubts he defeated the armored ox. A hooded figure spies on Yi Tian from afar, commenting on his bold actions. Quite bold indeed. Yi Tian stretches his tired muscles, feeling the aches of 20 days of cultivation. Time for a wash and then home. Unaware, Yi Tian dives into a nearby lake to clean up. Two women spies are flustered at his actions. The scene shifts to a bustling shore, the martial marketplace in Linhai Base. Emerging from the lake, Yi Tian heads towards the busiest store. This shop seems to be the largest at the marketplace. Yi Tian spots a sign, the Martial Pavilion. I'll check out this place first, he declares. After hearing the familiar voice, Yi Tian immediately recognizes his sister, Yi Yu. Yi Tian clenches his jaw, an unsettling red glint in his eyes. The system notification calls Yi Tian a real genius as power surges through him. The system reveals Yue Ling's talents. She shouts at Yi Tian for disrespect. Yi Tian overhears people calling him a scrounger. He sniffs himself, wondering if he smells bad. A voice warns someone to be careful. The blonde woman almost reveals a secret, remembering a plan. She is told to be quiet. One apologizes for impoliteness. The woman offers to pay double for goods sold. Yi Tian looks shocked by the sudden offer but still accepts. The place looks to be a martial artist's paradise. Wow, this is all good stuff. The woman offers tea to Yi Tian, calling him an esteemed martial warrior. Thank you, he replies. An internal monologue counts items for sale. Yi Tian agrees to the deal. He thinks, this money was so easy to make. She slides over the cards worth 40,000 yuan. Thank you, he replies. He thinks of how happy his sister would be. To show their sincerity, the lady manager offers him 50% off everything. Yi Tian smirks, deciding he won't hold back since he can copy talents. Yi Tian decides on what he wants. I'll just get these for now. The manager says, got it, please give me a moment. The woman reveals the final price, 70,000 yuan. Items include elixirs and skill books. The manager gives him a gold card worth 100,000 yuan as change. Thank goodness for that shadow assassin's money. Yi Tian carries the heavy box. He wonders, but I'm just a poor guy. Yi Tian grabs the door handle, ready to leave the martial pavilion. Please wait, esteemed martial warrior. Yi Tian thinks things wouldn't be simple. He stops, asking, what is it? The manager asks if it's okay for the lady to meet him. Please lead the way, he replies. A sinister smile spreads across a face with glowing red eyes. A door is opened slightly, revealing a glimpse inside. Someone offers another drink. From the shadows, someone observes the meeting. Two alike, they look way too alike. The lady extends her hand and offers her introduction. I'm Yue Ling. Suddenly, a system notification appeared. High-tier cultivation talent has been successfully copied. Yi Tian introduces himself. I'm Yi Tian from the Linhai base. The man ponders his worth, feeling insignificant due to his common origins. A woman pours tea, her words echoing a different perspective. His value lies in his common birth and lack of ties. A woman offers Yi Tian some tea, commenting on his unusual calmness. She gently pushes a red invitation across the table, extending an offer shrouded in mystery. The woman's face is filled with anticipation, her colleague's face mimics her hope. Join the martial pavilion, their silent pleas fill the air. Yi Tian smirks, resting his head in his hand. Oh gosh, I've never said no to that face. There's something Yi Tian doesn't understand, even with the martial pavilion's offer. Yi Tian sips his tea but is interrupted by his own thoughts. Novice martial warrior. Yi Tian's eyes glow with understanding. The pieces of the puzzle start to fit. He is surprised that such a young woman can be so insightful, and that his sister would never say those words. The woman crosses her arms and says that powerful families can't meet their standards. He agrees with the woman that it's a good opportunity to join, but it comes at a cost. The woman's red eyes glare down at him, questioning why he's hesitating. Her piercing red eyes pleaded with Yi Tian to give them an answer. Please tell me. Yi Tian pauses, finding it difficult to explain his reservations about joining. Yi Tian clenches his fist, resolving that he will not be like them. Yi Tian wonders if the woman views him as disposable as the families she scorns. The woman is confident in her patience, advising Yi Tian to observe them first. The woman stares intently, waiting for his response to her offer. Yi Tian walks towards the Grand Martial Pavilion, his red eyes gleaming. The grand doors of the Martial Pavilion loom large, but what exactly is a martial warrior? Suddenly a question lingers, and what is talent exactly? He hears kids playing near the Martial Pavilion. The guards don't bother them. Yi Tian moves to kick the ball back, but a dark presence watches him, grinning from the shadows. Yi Tian stands high above the city in the pouring rain, declaring, I must become even stronger. A system message pops up. High-tier cultivation talent successfully copied. Would you like to fuse? He answers, and I must reach even higher fuse. Yi Tian enters, announcing his return. I'm back, Yi Yu, a voice shouts, big bro. Yi Yu realizes her brother is now far stronger. Seems like you've gotten tougher, she says, surprised. A voice calls him a martial warrior. The crowd cheers, excited about the news. The Yi family has a martial warrior now, they exclaim in joy. Yi Yu stretches and yawns as her talent awakens. You'll become a martial warrior too. Yi Yu excitedly grabs scissors, ready to cut Yi Tian's hair. He stares back at her, completely confused. Yi Yu lectures Yi Tian about his appearance. Take care of yourself. Sit tight, I'm starting now, she says, preparing to cut his hair. Yi Tian nervously asks for his usual cut. All right, hairdresser sis, Yi Yu smirks, rest assured it's the only one I know. Hair strands fall as Yi Yu starts cutting Yi Tian's hair. Time sure flies. Yi Tian thinks back to their past. Yi Yu has been cutting his hair since their parents passed away. Suddenly everything goes black, a memory is triggered. In the memory, Yi Yu is worried. Big bro, I'm still afraid. She urges him, why don't we just go to the hospital? Yi Yu in the memory wants to patch him up after his fight. I just got a little beating. Yi Tian wonders about immortal jellyfish healing abilities. Yi Yu remembers a story she read. In the memory, Yi Yu is frustrated. Do you even believe me? She shouts at her brother. Yi Tian recalls a memory, a promise he made to protect his sister. He wants to always protect her. Yi Yu shouts as Yi Tian suddenly dashes away from the haircut. He recalls an illustrated book of treasures. Yi Tian grabs the book with knowledge about healing abilities. He needs to find it. Yi Tian exclaims, I found it. He remembers the immortal jellyfish location, the Lake of Death. Yi Tian is shocked, thinking of the immortal jellyfish. Yi Yu doesn't believe it exists, that those things are just stories for kids. Yi Tian recalls more about martial warriors and how the training strengthens the body. Yi Tian prepares to use his copy ability. I'll try it out first, he thinks. Yi Tian reflects on his slower cultivation speed. He wonders about drinking mid-tier beast blood. Yi Tian chugs blood from a vial, preparing to undergo transformation. He needs power. Yi Tian feels the effects of the blood immediately. The absorption rate increased threefold. Great. Yi Tian looks determined. I'll cultivate at home first. Then I'll go to the Lake of Death. A dark grin spreads across Yi Tian's face. Just wait for me, immortal jellyfish, he thinks. The shopkeeper greets a customer. Someone peeks through a hole in the floor. It's him. The woman exclaims, "Martial warrior, you're here. You must be here for our young miss." Yi Tian replies that he wants to buy something. Yi Tian stares intensely. His red eyes glow, hinting at a hidden power. Yi Tian grins, staring at the map. Yes, this is it. The woman worries about the Lake of Death. She explains that even elite warriors struggle to survive there. Yi Tian sprints toward the Lake of Death, a trail of energy following him. Danger is coming. Yi Tian uses his power to dash toward the Lake of Death. He feels excited for the challenge ahead. Surveying the bizarre landscape of the Lake of Death, Yi Tian smirks. I'll definitely be able to copy great talents here. The Lake of Death is a deserted place with a strange and dangerous atmosphere. Yi Tian steels himself. Yi Tian senses powerful creatures gathering near the lake. Beasts, I'll go invisible and observe for now. Yi Tian continues his high-speed journey. He spots a large monster from afar. I'm going to try copying its talent, he declares. Yi Tian arrives and wonders just what exactly is this. Elsewhere voices yell, "Got it, young miss, hurry, let's go." Someone shouts, "It's her." A giant monster emerges from the lake to attack them. The giant monster's jaws open wide to devour the group. The group is in peril. The cloaked man is fearful. We're not going to make it, he thinks as the monster dives in. The cloaked man jumps into action. The woman holding the box follows close behind. A giant scaled monster rises from the lake. It's a top-tier beast, someone yells. They're now facing a much bigger threat. The cloaked man decides, I'll stall it, you go first. But it seems the monster is too powerful. A woman holds a box as a monster roars. The box seems significant. The cloaked man realizes more monsters are coming. Elsewhere, Yi Tian thinks, how troublesome. Yi Tian is resolute. Seems like I have no choice but to help out. The beast is charging, but an ally yells a warning to the young woman. The woman yells, activate. Her hand glows, channeling power. A mark appears on her body as energy crackles around the broken sword. She plunges the broken blade downwards, channeling the energy. The earth cracks beneath her as the power intensifies. A monstrous crocodile-like beast emerges from the depths. The monstrous beast, now fully surfaced, lunges towards its intended target. She's face to face with the monstrous beast, its jaws wide open for attack. Someone shouts "Whoa" from afar. They are shocked at the woman's power. She underestimated her opponent. A novice martial artist shouldn't meddle with this. Yue Ling, an elite martial warrior at the peak realm, has awakened the technique. High above, the observers watch the intense battle unfold. One is shocked. Even 10 of me is not enough to defeat her. But below, someone screams, my leg. Someone shouts, run, young miss. The secret technique won't last long. Yue Ling resolutely declares that their sacrifices will be in vain if they don't leave. In the distance, she grits her teeth in frustration, the cost of her power becoming clear. Damn it. The beast is still attacking. Oh no, the time limit is up. She disappears. The treasure chest goes flying from the blast. Is the mysterious man here to save the day? The mysterious man says, just what kind of treasure is this? The mysterious man holding the treasure chest and the unconscious Yue Ling says, if you don't respond, I'll take it as a yes. A burst of energy explodes nearby. The dust settles to reveal Yue Ling unconscious on the ground. The mysterious man watches her. She looks just like my sister. The mysterious man remembers something precious. It can't be wiped away. He rubs his eye, remembering his sister. It's real. The man wonders when she'll wake up. After a moment, she stirs awake. She sits up, clutching her head in pain. Yi Tian, did you save me? She thanks him for the shirt as he puts on a coat. He needs to recruit her. She is glowing brightly, showing off the power of her talent. Yi Tian yells, shielding his eyes from the intensity. Look at how frightened you. She shows off a light stone she found, calling it a lamp. He demands how she made it appear out of nowhere. She retorts he seems interested. After drinking the potion, she'll explain everything. He wonders if it is a space-type talent. But among the talents, she didn't have a space talent. She is healing. She tells him she's done healing herself and tells him to stand up. She asks him if he wanted to know where the items came from. She reveals a bronze chest. She reveals a pink sack and a bronze chest with a flourish showcasing her treasure. It sucks in items. So, do you like it? Do you want to learn how to use it? She is shocked hearing him say, if you join the martial pavilion. He lays down, I'm tired, I'm going to sleep. She clenches her fist and vows, one day she will recruit him. The narrator knows that she disturbed the lake of death by awakening her talent. Trouble is brewing due to their location. Yitian is standing but he sees her missing. Did she leave? Yitian spots something near her previous location, confused. What is this? He opens it and asks, was it originally here in the cave? He reads a message then smiles slyly. Thanks, he seems to be scheming. He believes the items are enough to make him an elite martial warrior. His plans change accordingly. 4 months later, Yitian prepares a special potion with a sly smile. The lake is reacting violently to her power. Something emerges from the depths, disturbed by her awakening. Yitian's hands glow, crackling with power. So this is the elite martial warrior realm. Yitian is surrounded by lightning. The elite martial warrior realm is clearly powerful. Cracking with energy, Yitian grins menacingly. It's time for a hunt. The rain pours down as Yitian spots an umbrella. He remembers people used this umbrella when they dove into the lake of death. He reaches out to touch the stone wall. The umbrella holds up, blocking the downpour. Yitian grits his teeth, determination etched on his face. The umbrella glows with a faint light as it continues to block the rain. Yitian floats, protected by the umbrella's barrier. With this, entering the waters will be no problem. He plunges into the lake of death with a swoosh, protected by the umbrella's barrier, creating a splash. Yitian feels the effects instantly. My speed underwater became even faster with this umbrella. Yitian swims deeper with a whoosh, and shadow-like figures appear near him. Shadow talent. Suddenly, Yitian spots something moving in the murky water. What's that? A status window pops up. This is a mid-level fierce beast, a tiger claw fish. The massive tiger claw fish lunges, ready to tear Yitian apart with a doom. Yitian's eyes widen as he exclaims, I was almost seen. He grits his teeth, determined to continue. Let's continue swimming down. Yitian thinks this is probably the deepest part of the lake. Yitian questions, are there really lighthouse jellyfishes here? Bang, the tiger claw fish slams into the umbrella's barrier as Yitian thinks, what was? His expression changes to one of determination. This is the power of the lake. A status window appears, revealing the creature ahead is a lighthouse jellyfish. The tiger claw fish slams into the umbrella, sending a whoosh underwater. Clang clang, a strike hits the umbrella. Slash, someone attacked him, who is it? Before he can react, a powerful roar comes from the dark waters. ROOAR. The tentacle is being devoured, but another attack hits the umbrella shield as it heals quickly. He continues to rush further down into the lake with a whoosh. He gasps as the attack lands and sends him flying backwards into a wall. The tiger claw fish attacks with a doom, sending electric shocks everywhere. Another terrifying attack comes from the mysterious figure, cutting the water sharply. Clang, an attack hits the umbrella shield. Arg, Yitian grunts in pain. The umbrella shatters, leaving Yitian exposed. Damn it, he curses as the water rushes in, the barrier is gone. Yitian is shocked as status windows pop up everywhere. The lighthouse jellyfish has multiple talents. Lighthouse jellyfish approach. Yitian proclaims, no reason to fight them now. A voice booms, run, as the bloody hand floats to the surface with no sign of the umbrella.